What are the best questions to ask a girl without it feeling like an interview? Whenever I meet someone new, whether on a date or just getting to know a woman, I struggle keeping the conversation flowing. I don't want it to feel like I'm reading from a script, but at the same time, I want to ask meaningful questions that actually help me to connect with her, but not feel like a therapist's office. What are some good questions to ask a girl that go beyond the usual small talk? I want to strike the right balance between fun, flirty, and deep without coming across as too intense or rehearsed. Any tips on how to make these conversations feel more natural? I love that you want to ask meaningful questions and dig deeper than small talk. Real conversation is truly the way to open a girl's heart. Conversation is how you make a connection. And if done well, it can be sexier than chemistry while also creating a lasting foundation. It's a good idea to have questions in mind when going into the conversation, but more than questions, have your answers ready too. Because the way to initiate an environment to have these deep and flowing conversations is to be the example of your expectation and go deep first. By using the you strategy and the conversation equation, you can take the conversation to deeper levels without getting lost in the depths. The you strategy is something I developed that helps to model a conversation after the letter U. So you start at the top of the U saying something light. For example, I love to play basketball on the weekends. It's great exercise and I get to see my friends. Then you start to go down the U. I started playing basketball when I was a kid and we didn't have much money, but there was a basketball hoop at the end of my street. To keep ourselves busy and out of trouble, my friends and I would play basketball. My dad and I also really bonded over basketball too. That's how he and I would have harder conversations, keeping our mouths moving while keeping our hands busy dribbling the ball. Then you go back up the U. I find it easier to really connect with people while moving my body, which is why I like hiking too. What about you? What do you like to do on the weekends? So you see the you. That way the conversation doesn't sound forced. You're able to start talking about something that seems light initially, like what do you like to do on the weekend? Then you gradually get deeper into the topic and simultaneously you create several conversation strings that can be pulled to continue the conversation. They're topics that you might continue on. You're also engaging the other person by asking them to share a similar style story. While doing all of that, the use strategy helps to open your heart by talking about something that taps into vulnerability. Now, when they share back, they're going to be tapping into their vulnerability too, and therefore opening their heart. Now you're sitting there, two open hearts with the opportunity to deeply connect. The conversation equation is similar, but this comes into play when the other person is sharing first. To help you to actively listen and show them that you're interested in what they say, and also to contribute to the conversation, you're going to listen, comment, share, ask. Listen to what they say, comment on what they said, share something similar about yourself, then, so that they don't feel like you are redirecting the conversation back onto yourself, put it back onto them by asking a question about what they shared that also relates to what you shared. A few questions to ask on a first date and on a date in general that help to create that fun depth are, what do you like to do on the weekend? Are you more of an introvert or an extrovert? And how does it show up in your life? When it comes to travel, do you prefer to vacation where you relax or take a trip where you explore? What are you looking for in dating that might be different from what you were looking for in the past? What is it that excites you or maybe initially excited you about your career? And what inspired you to get into it? What do you feel is missing in your life? And what caused that lack?